Hello and welcome to Tiny House Studios. I'm Max and I'm on the Indigenous land of the Wathaurong people in the south of Australia. Today I'm going to be sharing my initial impressions of the Build a Second Brain course. I've just completed a couple of months ago Cohort 11, and when coronavirus started I was in Cohort 10, which I partially finished. Initial takeaways for me from Build a Second Brain have been a couple of things. They can be broken into the interactions and connections that happen within the cohort itself. And then there's the ways of creating that Tiago offers. So firstly, one of the key takeaways for me is sharing work before it's ready. There's a sense that there's no perfect answer or perfect knowledge. Share what it is that I have now and then get feedback and iterate. It's very much the creative model that I learned when making theatre, when making performance art. And I think it has just as much place here and now when it is that we're working with content creation. The only thing is, who are the people that you are able to receive feedback from in an ongoing way? Well, that requires a relationship, developing of relationships. The atmosphere that was created in the last cohort 11 is one of being at a festival. So there's the lead teacher, Tiago, and then there's also many mentors. So Tiago does 2 lessons a week, and then throughout the week there was 20 mentors offering a 1-hour session each. And you could choose, depending on who it is you want to go and receive knowledge from, you can kind of choose, and they have their own keynotes, their own strengths and weaknesses. So there's that. There's also an online forum that is quite active throughout the course. I took the opportunity to really deeply engage with that, ask lots of open questions, share just what was there already, and through that I've blossomed one very great creative friendship, and probably 2 or 3 others that are kind of ongoing, touch-in once a week. The way that this is kind of translated is there's a space here of individuals that want to work on their own knowledge systems, but they also are probably people that work alone a lot of the time. So there's a real benefit in Build a Second Brain to be able to leverage that which it is that's been learnt. So there's this community focus, and I think that this can be lost a bit in the productivity industry. This folds into something that Tiago spoke about on the last session, which is to do with moving from consumption to interaction. So the value is in how we interact. It is in the production of the knowledge that happens through sharing, receiving feedback, and also helping others. As he put it, knowledge transfer is when one shared experience impacts another. So knowledge transfer is when one person's experience, when shared, how that impacts another. So here knowledge can be kind of this sense of this information that we can copy and paste, but it needs to be touching the being, to be embodied in some way for it to register. This flows into one of the other takeaways, which is this idea of context flipping. So working on a project and then flipping its context, and knowledge becoming further embedded within ourselves when we flip the context. Say, from me writing a script for this, and then to talking it to the camera, to then making an image based upon it, continuously flipping it so it becomes further embedded within us, and also new ideas emerge. I think one of the the final things, which is a kind of an atmosphere that the space creates in Build a Second Brain, that one of the co-leaders suggested is that building a second brain is this idea of a beacon of earnestness in a cynical world. An idea that build a second brain is a beacon of earnestness in a cynical world. I think that translates into the people who become involved in this program want to do good, want to offer, want to find a way to transform their relationship to digital tools, to the internet, to social media, to be able to offer something back out to the world. And lastly, it's to do with the lens that we carry. So there's a part of the program that we do which is called 12 questions or 12 favorite problems. And it's about identifying the lens that we carry around within all our life, throughout our history, the problems that resonate with us, the questions that resonate with us, the inquiries that resonate with us, the things that we see in the world and we're attracted to trying to go and solve. And through that, we cultivate a certain lens. So as you can probably tell even from this initial impression, most of my lens is about how to bring people together to create something anew that's of the benefit for all beings. That's my lens. That's some of my 12 favorite questions. Who Build a Second Brain is for is very broad. But I would say if you're somebody that is passionate about learning tools to be able to cultivate creative work, to know that your voice has a place in this world and that what you do matters, then this is a course for you. Because you will be supported and encouraged by others if you put in the effort. And that through doing this, you cultivate something else. As Tiago says, a tool creates a new internal capacity. Build a second brain creates a new you. That's been my experience. So I will do a more in-depth review another day. For now, if you have any comments, leave it below and I'll respond. And thank you for listening and watching. Bye.